Sorry about that, folks. I hadn't wiped off the footage from the back of the unk the other day. Anyway, as I was saying, that's why I like old books, because they're not vacuous. You know, if you're going to reference a book, do it properly. I mean, I always think you should actually, if it's important enough for the reader to know, then you should actually reference it on that actual page you're writing on. You know, down the bottom you should have the reference of the book, or or you should actually, I think you should actually show the actual book and the paragraph you're talking about, if it's that important. I mean, otherwise, if it's not that important, then why are you referencing it? You know, that's the whole point. Anyway, we're going to get on to the universal indicator. It's been somewhat perverted. The original concept was that it's built up from organic compounds, using organic acids and things like that. Very stable. So someone in Australia could be measuring something using this at 46 degrees, someone over in Sweden could be measuring something at -40, and we should get similar results. And also, if we're measuring strong acids or strong alkalis, because these are organic compounds, are very stable, the acid and the alkali doesn't impinge that much on the actual indicator, the actual compound itself. So it doesn't damage the compound, so it doesn't, you know, affect the actual reaction and the colour sort of thing. That's the idea behind it. And also the other basic concept, it's set that for every pH unit you have a particular colour. So for example, pH of 1 is red, pH of 2 is orange, 3 is yellow, green is 4, so that once you get into that habit, you don't have to rely on a card, you see. That's the basic idea behind this. Unfortunately, these cards are a bit spurious because they're sort of perverting that idea now, that it was basically set so you had a nice colour range, and once you sort of got in the habit of using this, you didn't actually need the card anymore. So if you lost it in the field, it didn't matter. You always knew that red was 1, orange was 2, yellow was 3, and its accuracy is good for about half a pH unit. That's pretty good. I mean, how much accuracy do you need when you're doing something qualitative? You just want to know how acid, how alkaline it is, you know, roughly. You know, okay, it's somewhere. If something is yellow-orange, you know, it's somewhere between 2 and 3. It's probably 2.5. You can take a stab in the dark and say, oh, it's about 2.5. You can take the thing back to the lab and then take a hydrogen electrode and get the most accurate reading you can, or some newfangled modern technology, I suppose. But most of all this stuff is based on hydrogen electrode, of course. That's your standard, I suppose. I mean, well, it may have become an arbitrary standard now because there's probably more modern technologies come along. The other thing about this is pH of 7, neutral, is supposed to give you a grey reading. That's the other thing that most people seem to, and there's really only about 2 things out there that I know of that will give you a true grey reading, which is a good way of testing stuff. Is polystyrene. That's another thing. Something's wrong there. That should be grey. So therefore, straight away I know there's something wrong. So that's the beauty of this system. It should give me a nice grey reading. The other thing is paraffin wax. So I think we'll go and get some of that.